A lot of them have this misconception that boxing means, both of them have to hit each other. Boxing equals to violence. So I wanted to break that. When we started King of Strength, the main idea was to actually share what I gained through boxing. A lot of discipline, life skills, not giving up in life. From young itself, I had a lot of interest in martial arts, not only in boxing. Just I like the fighting, like it in movies, games, everything. Just like fighting a lot. When younger age, my mom actually sent me to Taekwondo, and I was doing that for some time. And after a few years later, that's when I fell sick. And then after I recovered, I had a friend who was already inside boxing. So he called me over, and that's when I started boxing. Probably thanks to my coach. His name is Coach Bala. He's no more around, but he only just ensured that I came out from all the side effects of cancer and my treatment through boxing. After my treatment, I had this issue where my saliva glands were affected, so I had to drink water every few minutes. Without water, the whole mouth gets very dry. So with somebody like that who's going for boxing, I had my water bottle all the way beside me while I do my training. And then he's the first person who said, you put it there a little bit more and then you can do your training. A fighter doesn't need to depend on something. You need to have the lion's mindset. So he actually feed us a lot with those kind of motivation and that kind of a spirit, I should say. And that gym was also having everyone with that right mindset. No one gives up with each other. There's no competition within each other. And he also tried to pull in as many people in terms of with different walks of life into this. I've seen somebody in the one arm just trying to come inside boxing. Somebody with special needs inside boxing. He tried to encourage a lot of females to pick up boxing because back then it wasn't popular at all. I think I have the effect of him where I also want to change people. I want to make sure that everybody understands boxing at the right way, the beauty of boxing, rather than looking at the violent side or the injury side of boxing. So I wanted to start off something to do with the fitness line, and that's what I studied about also. So I joined a few gyms for personal training, and then I didn't like the amount of sales pressure I got from there, and I was young. So that's the reason why I actually wanted to start something small on my own, and I had no idea to do anything regarding business itself. So I actually just started it like those underblock void decks and just started to train with my friends and family. And then slowly we grew from there. We went to a small industrial area at Yishun itself, and then slowly progressed to where we are right now. At that point of time, because I was really young to be a coach, and all the other coaches was about 50 plus, 60 years old. So that judgment was there in the initial days. The moment we start doing well, then people start to realize that these guys are serious and they have a potential, and that's when it started breaking barriers. My current coaches, Coach Krishna is actually, he came to us through internship.
Once I finished my internship, the owner of the gym, the head coach, former head coach, he wanted me to be a coach here, and eventually I wanted to do this as a part-time base. So until I get to sign on in the police force, but apparently I didn't really get through the interview on the third time. So I happened to take this as an opportunity to change my career into my passion. I'm not sure what exactly he saw in me, but maybe he likes the part in me when I take my junior class, because I started off taking off a lot of junior classes with kids. So he found that that is something that I have a specialty, and apparently I think he liked that. But apart from that, if you ask me what exactly he sees in me that he chose me, I am not sure. But only thing I can say is maybe the hard work that I put in to really bring up and do things for the gym.
Number one, they have the passion to teach actually, rather than experience and qualification. One thing which actually started me off was the passion. And that's the same thing I look forward in my coaches, whether they are ready to give everything up, because this is not a money-making job. It's not the best paying job out there. So you really need passion to last long. You really need the interest to stay in this field. Honestly, I just teach from the heart rather than any particular approach I see on that day, how's the members feeling like and how's their response on that particular day. And then I adjust my approach according to that, because if there's a fixed approach and then the member comes in, it's a bad day, it might not work.
We have trainees who come from, like, they just came up, lift themselves up from depression. So trainees with depression, anxiety, and also we do have trainees who are ex-convict. I decide to see them as all the same, equal, be it with conditions or without conditions. I have to see them as a normal human being. That is when they'll start to understand what they are capable of, what potential they have within them.
Honestly, you just need to listen to them. Sometimes it can be a regular trainee who has been all right all the way, and then just one day showing some kind of tantrums or not giving 100%. So sometimes we just try our level best to follow up and ask, why are you feeling that particular way? And most of the time they do open up to us.
It really takes a lot of patience to really understand them, and at the same time you need to put yourself in a situation where you are them. So how will you be thinking, how will you want to react, how would you want to motivate them? So these are the things that I personally feel that we need to do as coaches when we are handling this kind of situation.
And now when we slowly advise them with a bit of love, a bit of respect, and of course the love for boxing, when they do it, it really feels so good, because again, this is why we started this entire place for, you see.
I personally say that I've learned a lot from my mentor, which is Coach Kumar. So he's the one who's had been guiding me throughout the whole entire few years, until came to a point where he feels that he can take a step back where I can run the show. In terms on learning from him, I've really learned how to be a good coach, a good role model, a good fellow friend. More overall, I feel that I've learned from him how do I cultivate this culture on family. Despite from different race, religion, background, I really learn in terms on how we are going to make them feel welcome. That is what I really learn a lot from him.
In terms of the gym, instead of thinking of expansion and opening up another place, which is definitely there, but we are not rushing towards that. We just want to make sure that this place is perfect by itself first. We don't want to disappoint anybody. We want to make sure that everyone who steps in goes out 100% satisfied. And I think that itself is the main goal for the gym right now. And that's what I'm looking forward at this point of time. Rather than even bringing up fighters feels good, wins medal, brings name to the gym. But really the fulfillment and the satisfaction gets when you change somebody's life.